I'm MJ.
And I'm AJ.
And today we're going to show you
yarn decorations.
So in the end, this is kind of what they're going to look like. This is actually what one looks like after your cat decides it's a great play toy and drags it all over the house. Here's a slightly better version of one. We learned that people used to, or some people I guess still do, this with sugar water. We're going to use glue for that. So today you're going to need, if you got kits from us, 2 of your 2-ounce containers of glue, a balloon, and a large yarn ball. You're also going to need from home 2 bowls, one to mix the glue and the yarn in, and the other to put it in after you wring it out. This one here's one we did last night. The biggest bummer of this project is that the glue has to dry overnight, so you won't be able to get your final product until tomorrow. And we wanted to show you how to take the balloon out of here safely without collapsing your entire creation. So we're going to show you that after we show you how to get to that point. But just keep in mind, it's going to take probably 12 to 24 hours before your yarn is dry enough that you can pop that balloon. So the first thing that, let's do this first. The first thing that you want to do is blow up your balloon. I'm going to do a large one again. And kind of based on your yarn ball size. And AJ's going to do a smaller one because she's got smaller yarn. And it'll probably be about this size. So you want to blow up your balloon. That's probably good, sis.
Yeah.
Squeaky.
That's the cat.
And that's the cat that terrorizes my yarn balls.
Yeah,
Any yarn
she's
at all.
sniffing me.
Look at her. Better than catnip. Anything made out of strings. Okay, now that we have our yarn, or our balloon made. Yeah, we don't have yarn.
I don't have
We're going to set that aside. Do you need help?
She's got it.
Don't like me.
Did you want help?
Yes.
Are you stuck?
Yeah. Because that thing doesn't want to move.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's tight. Let me
Here,
get my
just
finger.
little. I don't want to hurt you. Let me just tie it.
Yeah.
I had this problem last night because we did the glue before we blew up the balloon, and then my fingers were slick, and I couldn't handle life. It'll be fine.
No, it'd be better if it was slick because then you're...
Okay, we're gonna... Oh, there goes the cat. See, she's after my computer cords. Little terrorist. She's the bane of home office existence right now. Okay, as you undo this into your bowl, you want to try to keep it organized because if you think knots are hard to get out of yarn normally, just wait until you have glued yarn trying to get knots out of it. So this one is messy. Make sure that you're ready to wash your hands after this is done because you're going to get glue on your fingers.
all over.
And she says all over. I'm not going to use this whole yarn ball. Take me forever and a day to wrap it, probably. Excuse us.
You have them.
I do. Getting some of next week's stuff ready. We've got some cute little dragonflies. Woo! Butterflies. All the flies. And a sweet little bird. You're gonna move something? Okay, you got your yarn in?
Yeah. Stay.
Okay, we're using a big jug of glue because that's what we have, are big jugs of glue. Oh, keep your end out so you know where it is.
Yeah.
And we say hers needs like 1 glug.
Yours needs like
2 glugs.
That's a big one, but okay.
That's a big glug. Okay, then the next thing you're gonna do is kind of, she's smart. She's gonna use her popsicle stick. I'm gonna I'm giving up on life. We've already established we're going to get real gluey after this project. So you don't want to stir it too aggressively because you might get some knots.
Yeah.
Do you have enough glue or you need some more glug? That looks pretty good. Okay, so as you're doing this, you're going to get buildup of glue globs. And we use 2 bowls for this. As we transfer it across.
Well, that's going to be interesting because this bowl has glue.
Yeah, it should be okay. You're just making sure that your yarn is coated in glue as you go. And if you look underneath, it kind of gets a glob. That's a good thing.
Oh, why?
You might need more glue.
There's also glue.
If your yarn's too dry, it's not going to hold its structure. I think if you had a couple people or were super talented, you wouldn't have to use 2 bowls and you could just wrap it as you did this. I'm not that person, so we're going to take clumsiness into account. If you hit a spot on your yarn that is still dry, just dip it back in and grab more glue on your fingers. It's slippery.
And it's going into another bowl of glue, so it's going to be interesting. What are you doing, Maria? She's attacking the fluff thing.
She probably found a stinky shoe to get in.
No, there's something. The walker keeps on moving. Yeah, it's the carpet.
Oh.
It's the
Hey,
rug.
watch yourself, cameraman. Playing with the cat. Is resulting in losing. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo.
She still hasn't figured out.
That you're moving it?
Yeah, she
She
thinks
doesn't
it's
usually.
just flying.
This is the point where you should probably go wash your hands before you go.
No,
into the
because you have to.
You can go wash your hands. This is my same child that on her first birthday, when we put her hands in her cake so that she could eat her cake with her hands, just freaked out because she had icing on her hands. So, if you have one of those kidlets, let them wash their hands all they want today. Probably good practice.
Even though I'm usually dirtier than Walker.
She is so.
Okay, and I have enough yarn in there to do my next one.
I'm always dirtier than
Your
Walker.
next.
Sis, are you gonna need help wrapping yours? Do you want me to hold your balloon or are you good? We found life's a little easier if you kind of. Hey, cameraman, pay attention to your job.
I am.
If you wrap it around the end of the balloon first, it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, but not too tight because then you can't cut it.
Yeah, but not too tight because you can't get it off. Now, the tricky part with this is you want lots and lots of cross sections
Yeah.
where your string crosses over. That's what's going to give it the ability to be stable. And I've learned that I kind of have wrapping patterns. And so I have to change things up a little bit or I end up with naked spots. Look at that amazing naked spot.
What happens if it pops while you're putting it on?
I would probably scream. I don't like popping balloons.
Don't you have to pop one today?
No, we let the air out of them. If you pop it, it collapses the whole structure.
So you have to,
You want to let the air out of it gently
by cutting it.
by cutting it and then controlling the airflow.
Oh
By
my
slowly killing it.
Correct. You want to bleed it out, as it were. No, you don't want to just pop it.
Oh my goodness.
And I wouldn't worry about getting too much string. We have had a couple failures because of too little string.
Yeah, like
on that one? You want some more? The other nice thing with this is if you do get done and discover that you have too little string, do you want some of this? Sure. You can just add more. Here, have a bowl. We set ours on a bowl to dry so that the cat doesn't totally steal them. It makes it a little more challenging for her. But the other thing that we did discover, if you do that, even if you wait 24 hours, the part that was in the bowl is not going to be dry.
not completely dry.
So be prepared to, like, when you wake up in the morning, flip it to let that other section dry. And it's usually a small section that's not dry, so it doesn't take an exceptionally long amount of time.
Like an hour.
Well, we're hoping not an hour because we didn't flip ours that soon. So like I said, we set it on a bowl so it's not on the table and so it doesn't wander off.
That should be good, right?
I'm going to wash my hands.
Glue. Okay.
The cat's coming.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Hey, cat child. Okay, while she's finishing hers up, I'm going to take our balloon from yesterday. And if the cameraman will yield my chair, show you the first phase in releasing this thing. Which is, before you just go and start letting air out, you want to go through and push the balloon down away from your strings because the glue will have stuck your strings to the balloon. You can hear that popping sound. That's my strings coming off of my balloon. If you don't do this, when you let the air out of your balloon, your string stays stuck to it and it collapses and caves the whole thing in. You can see it bowing in some of the places like our little wrap that it doesn't want to let go. And I can tell that we're going to have a cave in on our side that we had it on the bowl on because it's still wet. If you do this in real life and you're not trying to show people how to do it, don't let the air out while you still have wet parts. Okay, now like we were saying earlier, you really don't want to just pop this. If you do, it's going to suction it all too fast. So you want to just do a small hole, and as it's collapsing, see here's our wet part. This part of the string's not dry yet. We're just going to try to recover that a little bit.
No, that's going to be the spot where it sits on.
And that can be the spot where it sits. So once it's mostly broken away, I can let that air out faster. And you can see it holds its own shape now. And you can see where it's not dry, it's soft. And like AJ said, we're gonna set it down on that part. That way we're gonna have a flat spot. Getting a nice close-up of that. Okay, tomorrow, remember that we will be going at 12:30 instead of at 11. And we're going to show you guys how to make these looms to build cords or bracelets. It's a really fun activity if you're just sitting watching TV, just to kind of keep your hands busy. And it doesn't take so much thought that it's distracting to your brain and you can still pay attention. Anyway, tune in tomorrow at 12:30. And maybe we'll be able to see how these balloons from today did.
Stick into my hand.